After the long drive here to Washington, it's been nice to just relax with friends. We went sledding, ate at wonderful places, and walked around the streets of Spokane. We stayed with my good friend and business partner Tyson and his wife Lori in their new home. For as long as I can remember, I have always wanted to tell stories. I started dabbling in films back in middle school. We used to make these comedy shorts. But I wanted to do serious films, and action, and drama. I just wasn't very good at it at the time. The first real attempt into that world was shooting these little action shorts, mostly based on The Matrix because, well, everyone made movies based off The Matrix at that time. Oh man, they are cheesy as hell. No more. The first short film I completed was a video called The Briefcase that starred our freerunning team doing flips, shooting, and fighting. I wrote and directed and starred in a feature-length film in high school. We didn't shoot all of it, but I realized it was what I really wanted to do. I ran all of my freerunning videos and short films under the banner of Defy Productions. When I graduated high school, I went to film school. While there, I met plenty of wonderful people that are a major part of my life. A friend of mine asked me to help on their film, and the producer of that film, named Tyson, brought me on as assistant camera. We became good friends, and he became the producer on nearly all the films I worked on. On the first big film I was the cinematographer, Tyson introduced me to my future wife, Sarah. Tyson was always supportive of the many projects I wanted to do, and usually had the means and motivation to go through with them. Around the time we were shooting my senior thesis project, and on a trampoline in the backyard, we decided to start a business. The plan came slow at first. We wanted to start a business around our freerunning brand. We were both very ambitious and wanted to do many things with this business. A few short years later, we got our business license and established Defy Incorporated. With our background in film, our first major venture was wedding videography. We got the DBA, Defy Productions, and started accruing a large amount of equipment. We were very fortunate as both of our wives were able to join us in this endeavor. I eventually got a job working at the paint store that Tyson was the manager of. We would constantly talk about new business ventures and where we could expand and grow. After much deliberation and prayer, Tyson finally decided to go all in and quit his job as the manager to run our business full time.
Okay. Well, today I quit my job at the paint store. That was my last day. I'm a little bit more cheery than I guess I thought I'd be. I thought I'd be a bit more emotional. I mean, it's definitely a roller coaster. I am super excited to start this venture, this business, something I have dreamed about for so long. It's just so exciting. But at the same time, I had a lot of friends. I had a lot of memories at the paint store. And I had to say goodbye. Overall, how do I feel? I'm excited. I'm way more excited than sad. I am sad because, like I said, I'm leaving a lot behind that I did truly love. I feel great. This is awesome. This is big.
We set up an office at my place and he began clocking in and working from there every day. We came to find that wedding photography and videography was not the glamorous life that we thought it would be. It was incredibly competitive and there was very little margins when there was a group of people. One of the services we offered was graphic design, and through our contacts and expertise in the paint industry, we began offering a color rendering service to allow painters to see what the building would look like before it was painted. It was our first truly successful venture and we decided to focus our business on that market. After nearly a year of growth, I was finally able to quit my job at the paint store and work from home part-time. Working from home became a very fulfilling time in my life. The most important thing for me was having the energy and time to work on my own creative ventures. Now 2 years later, I'm still able to work from home and Tyson and I can still run our business while being 1,000 miles apart.
Get my setup, so that's why I brought this game up. This is welcome to the tour of our new home. So our office is going to be in my new office. As you can see, I have a nice big space here that I can have a second desk for when other people join me and they want to hang out and work next to me or whatnot. And then I also have my beautiful Lego collection, which hopefully I'll someday have hung from the roof. That's exciting to do. Then I have my computer with my laptop, my computer with all the big monitors set up and stuff. Right now we're playing some video games, but mainly going to be for work and whatnot. I guess we're calling this opening a second office up here in Spokane, Washington. It used to be down south, and Jimmy and I were running both out of his house. Now we're going to be running two offices, one out of my house and one out of his house, on the two opposite ends of the West Coast.
I made sure that we recorded this trip. I wasn't as good at recording my life as I was when I was younger. I started using my parents' VHS-C camera back in the summer of 2000. It was then that we started to go places on our own. We brought that camera everywhere we went. During that summer, we recorded and filmed 10 30-minute tapes. All my earliest tapes were recorded on these little VHS tapes, and boy, they built those cameras tough back then. I don't even know how many times I dropped that camera. I used to segment portions of my life by what camera I had. For Christmas in 2001, I eventually got my first digital camera. Now let me tell you, digital cameras were a bit different back then. Certain affordances had to be made. This little camera was 320 by 240 resolution and filmed at 15 frames a second. It recorded about a minute of footage, and if the batteries fell out or died, you lost everything. I didn't think it looked all that bad back then, but now, oh man, even looking at it just gives me a headache. But with it, I learned what editing was, and we made several skate videos and our first jump video. There were other cameras like my digital photo camera that took 30-second videos. I filmed most of my cross-country videos with it because it was so portable. I got my first good digital camera in March of 2003. The day I picked it up, we started filming Wrecked, our third skate video. The camera that really defined my filming was my Canon GL2. We had filmed our first freerunning video on an older digital camera, but we started filming our next freerunning video, Vertigo, with the GL2, and the difference was huge. Finally, in college, I got the Canon T2i, and I've been using it ever since. This trip has been a wonderful way to start the year. Even though I have had now 3 of my closest friends move away this month, I can at least say one good proper goodbye. This trip exists now more than just my memory, but on my hard drive and online, where it will always be.